Every woman at one point in her life is wondering, should I cut it? But wait! I mean, till you find out what works and what doesn't work for your face shape. Let's dive right in. Round face shape. If you have the round face, like me, short hair, it's tricky. I know. But that doesn't mean the rest of your life you're gonna have long hair, although I might consider that myself. For the shorter hairstyle to look good on the round face, first and foremost, you gotta pick the right length. First, let's understand your face shape. Your face to the eye is gonna look wider and shorter than the other face shapes. Why? Because all the other face shapes, except for the square, which is very similar to round face shape, all the other shapes have more length than width. But because your face has an equal length and width, it's gonna look wider and shorter. You wanna go longer with your shorter hairstyle. The collarbone, this is the ideal length. It elongates your face. That's extremely important for all the ladies with round face shape like mine. You can go shorter, but make sure it's still under your chin. The chin length is a very tricky length for the round face shape, because at this length, you are again creating equal length and width for your face, emphasizing the roundness of your shape and doesn't flatter your natural face shape. Especially if your hair is curly or if you have messy bobs, it's gonna make your face wider at the chin. And that's even worse because a round face already comes across as wide. The only thing I could think of can make this length work is straight bob. Because they're straight, this is gonna cover part of your face and that's gonna reduce the width of your face. But again, you need to make sure it's straight enough so that it's draping enough and not going sideways and make your face look wider. From this point on, anything shorter than this, especially anything shorter than your jawline, a big no-no. Because for the round face shape, that's the one thing you should never do, completely exposing your jawlines. For example, if I pull my hair back completely, you're gonna see my face rounder, wider, and fleshier. So that means any short haircut that's really short, like pixie, not the best choice if your face is round. I know. Now let's talk about your hair fringe. Whenever you're cutting your hair, actually it doesn't matter short or long hair, the round face shape should never completely cover your forehead. Because whenever you're going a longer hair fringe, especially the thicker ones, they're gonna make your face look even shorter. They're literally reducing the length of your face. They make your face look even wider and rounder. Instead, go with a side swept hair fringe or go with wispy hair bands because these hair fringe styles do not fully cover your forehead. The eye can see through them and look at your forehead. That's why they're much better for the round face. If you're petite, make sure you check out my clothing line for women 5'4" and under at petitedressing.com. Use code SUMMER23 for 15% off your first order. Square face shape. To understand what kind of short hairstyles look best for your face shape, first you gotta understand the ratio of your face in terms of the length and the width is close to 1:1. Because of that, your face comes across as wider and shorter, besides very symmetric. Any short hairstyle that creates a symmetry for your face is gonna be very flattering. An asymmetrical bob, or you can go with a regular symmetric bob, but you can part it sideways. Either of these is gonna create irregular asymmetric lines for your face shape, and therefore it breaks up that squareness of your face. My square face beauties, you are also known for your angular jawlines. That's what makes a square face a square. Because of that, messy bob is a wonderful choice for you because these are curved. So they are perfect balance for the angular shape of your jawline and make them look more soft. Now let's talk about the length. Because your face has a 1:1 ratio, you want to preserve the length because otherwise your face can come across as wider. And therefore, you want to go with a longer, shorter hairstyle. Longer, shorter hairstyle. Yeah. So a longer bob around your collarbone. This is ideal because it preserves the length of your face and therefore elongates your face. Besides, you want to go with the layers. Layering is super flattering for your face shape because they soften your face shape. These are perfect balance for your angular jawlines. What you don't want is your short hair to end right at your jaw. One, it emphasizes the angular shape of your jawline, and two, they create more volume on your jawlines and make them look even wider. The long face shape. For you, the short hair is heaven sent. The reason is because in general, the longer the hair, the longer they will make your face look, and the shorter the hair, the shorter they make your face look. That's why in general, most shorter hairstyles are more suitable for your face than longer hairstyle. In terms of the length, ideally, you want to keep it at the chin. This is a length very hard to handle for women with shorter length face like myself. I'm a round face shape. But for you, this is the best because this length actually creates width for your face. Messy bobs are very flattering for your face shape because they're wider, they expand at your cheeks, and that's why they can counterbalance the length of your face. Pixies can work for your face shape, but you also gotta be careful with this. You wanna make sure you're choosing the right pixie. Traditionally, the pixies are very short on the sides. There are no sides. So therefore, they completely reduce the width of your face and therefore emphasize the length of your face. That's something what you don't want. You also wanna make sure the pixie is not creating too much volume on top of your head because that's, again, gonna elongate your face, which is what you want to avoid. The oval face shape. Your face shape is what everybody wants. Actually, I take that back. Your face shape is what the eye wants for everybody. What I mean by that is whenever, for example, I'm going to change my hairstyle, my eye is going to be automatically looking for that oval shape. Otherwise, my eye is gonna think that is not balanced. You already have the most balanced face shape. For you, it's important to find the short hairstyle that preserves it. Your face can pull off just about any short hairstyle, but that doesn't mean they all look equally good on you. Long cut bob and has no hair fringe that's parted right in the middle. That is gonna increase the length of your face. So your face is now gonna turn into an oblong face shape. The pixie can be very flattering for the oval face shape. That probably explains why so many celebrities have gotten the pixie cut. But you want to make sure it's not creating too much hair volume on top of your head because that's gonna elongate your face and turn your face and make it look an oblong face shape. A texturized pixie is ideal for your face shape. It brings all the focus to your eyes and your cheekbones and make them really stand out. They also soften your face. A heart-shaped face. You're known for having a very youthful looking face. Your forehead is wider and your chin is pointy and longer. You can pull off a lot of short hairstyles. In terms of the length, you want to go with a chin or longer because your face is wider on top and more narrow at the bottom. So this length, especially when you go with soft layers, it's gonna create width at this point, which is gonna balance out the pointed chin. Soft layering also creates movement, and that's perfect to balance out your forehead. Because your forehead is wider, the heart-shaped face always want to look for the right hair fringe, which is critical. Curtain hairbands are universally flattering and they're especially good for your face shape. They cover your forehead but not completely. They're divided in the middle and they create a perfect balance with your pointed chin, and at the same time they reduce the width of your forehead. Pixie cut can work for your face shape, but you want to make sure avoid those that's too short. If they're completely exposing your jawlines and your pointed chin, well, they don't really do anything to balance out your face shape. Instead, you want to look for a pixie cut that actually has volume on the sides. And this can add width where you need it the most and therefore balance out the wider forehead and your narrow chin. The diamond face shape. Your face is known for having a more narrow forehead, wider cheekbones, and angular jawlines, and then again a more narrow and perhaps even pointed chin. So for your face shape, it's important to create width here, and that's why any chin length bob, a longer bob, is very flattering for your face shape because longer bob looks feminine and elegant. But you do want to make sure you go with a side parting instead of a middle parting because your forehead is more narrow. When you part in the middle, this is gonna bring more focus to a narrow forehead. But when you part on the sideways, it breaks that symmetry, and that's why it takes attention away from the natural shape of your face. Speaking of the diamond face shape, we have to talk about Halle Berry and the signature pixie. This is down to the perfection. It's my personal favorite of all her hairstyles. It's really bringing all the focus to the eyes and your cheekbones and really complement the diamond face shape. Because the diamond face shape has angular facial features, one thing that's always going to work better for you are the messy cuts. It can be bob or longer, but the key is they're cut messy and therefore they're highly textured. They create movements, and that's going to soften your face and perfect balance for the angular facial features. Face shape is extremely important in choosing the right short hairstyle, but something else that's also important, your height, because your head is part of your body proportion. When you change your hairstyle, especially when you cut your hair shorter, you're also changing your body proportion. I do have another video on this topic, what are the best hairstyle for someone who is short. Besides, I also have a clothing line for women 5'4" and under because I am 5'2" myself. If you happen to be 5'4" and under, make sure you check out my clothing line for petite women at petitedressing.com.